What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Plant Movement Podcast. Today's a special day because if you want to learn about seeds, if you want to learn about liners, all that type of stuff, palm trees, this is the guy. We have Danny Lopez with Twin Landscaping and Palms, located down here in Homestead. Is it Homestead or the Redlands?
The Redlands.
The Redlands. And you say it with an S.
Why?
Because on a line it's without an S, it's with a D. And I'm always like, no, it's the Redlands. And, you know, I've grown up here my whole life, so
You know that.
that's how it is. But so Danny is involved in a lot of things when it comes to that. He's been doing it for a long time. He's a veteran out here, pretty much.
Yes,
You've been out here for how long already?
About 30 years.
30 years duking it out here in the industry. So this guy he's an encyclopedia of what it takes to get it done, right?
Somewhat.
You can write a book.
I try. I try every day.
You can write a book.
I can write a book.
So he's got 5 acres locally, and he grows everything contract grown. So if you guys are looking for anything when it comes to palm trees and the stuff that he's going to explain throughout the episode, you can reach out to him. We're going to get all his contact info at the end, or you can jump down to the link in the bio, and you can check it out, and you can reach out to Danny. And you have a 9 to 12 month waiting list.
9 to 12 months out.
9 to 12 months out. So you place the order and you got to wait a little bit. But this industry is known for that. It's known for planning way ahead.
Yes, it doesn't grow overnight.
It doesn't grow overnight. By the time you're already thinking about stepping stuff up, you're already having to place the orders for the liners at the same time. That way everything's ready at the same time.
You got to plan out a year ahead.
A year ahead. That's what this industry is, and it's taught me a lot of patience.
A lot of patience.
Invest and wait, right?
Invest and wait and see what happens.
And see what happens. I love Danny, man. He's an awesome guy. So I want to start off, and I want to jump into how you got involved in this industry, because I know you were doing a bunch of things back when you were younger, and now you are in this industry. So what was it that got you intrigued into the industry to start even getting involved into plants?
Well, in the early 90s, I met my wife, Elizabeth Mingus. We got together, and she got pregnant. We got married.
Okay.
And we had 2 kids, twins, coming along.
Ooh, twins on the first one.
Twins on the first one.
Woof. And that's heavy. For all you guys that don't know, that's like crazy. And for all the guys that do know, you already know. Because I have twins as well.
And they're a handful.
Yeah.
And at that time, I was working for a company called Airborne Express, making $275 a week.
Okay.
Working practically 12 hours a day.
Okay.
Monday through Friday, delivering packages.
Okay.
And I said I have to do something else.
How old were you?
I was 24, 25.
24, 25.
And I have a little background on growing trees from my father and an old grandfather in.
Okay.
His name was Manuel Dorte Duque.
Okay.
From the farm. We grew trees when I was younger. I said, maybe I could go back into the trees.
Okay.
So I went to go see him. And he gave me a reference of several palm trees to grow.
Okay.
And that's how I started.
That's how you started. And so you had money saved up.
No money.
No money.
No money at all.
So you quit your job without money.
Oh, no, I didn't quit my job.
You had your job.
I had my job.
And you started as a side hustle.
As a side. At night, start planting seeds.
In the house.
In the house, behind the house. And during the day, my lunch hour, going and collecting and learning. And I took a couple courses at Miami-Dade and Fairchild Gardens.
Okay. So you guys can do that. The colleges, the universities, they offer that.
Yeah, they offer them extension courses.
Okay.
And they show you a lot of things, how to germinate, how to grow, propagate.
Okay.
And little by little, that's how I got started.
Okay. So you started from there and then...
From scratch.
From zero.
From zero.
Uh-huh.
Zero.
But you did it.
But I did it.
And now you've put your kids through college and the whole nine because now they're old.
It wasn't easy. A lot of work.
A lot of work. It's never easy.
And a lot of dedication.
A lot of dedication.
You got to be dedicated. And you got to like it.
Yeah, you have to like it. The
focused.
Outdoors, the heat.
The heat. Mm-hmm. The outdoors, the humidity.
Dealing with people.
Trying to sell, knocking on doors. And
you got to do it all. To be to be your own boss, people think it's that you're chilling, having margaritas at the beach, sitting in a hammock.
No, I wish.
That's far from it. You have a million things that you got to learn.
Yeah, that's what you read, and you see those people like that, and you wonder how did they get there, but you didn't see how they got there.
No one tells you how they get there.
Nobody tells you. It's not a,
You see them when they're there.
You see them when they're there, and you wonder, how did they get there? How did they get there? They work day in and day night.
Day and night.
No money at the end of the week.
No money for a long time.
Yeah, and then that's how I got started. And
But then you grew from there, and then you started something else. What was the name of that other company you had that you had a partner with?
I had a partner with Cold River Elementals out of Costa Rica. That
Okay.
was in 2004.
Okay.
And I had the palm tree business already established.
Which was Twin Landscaping.
Twin Landscaping here in the Redlands.
Uh-huh.
And with Cold River, I really exceeded
Okay.
because it gave me a door opening to a lot of other nurseries out here.
Okay.
Because it's very hard to walk inside the door of the
And
nurseries.
that business, what was that business?
It was a cutting business out of Costa Rica.
So you were brokering.
I was brokering plants out of Costa Rica, cuttings, crotons, cordon lines, canes, and that gave me the opportunity to walk inside nurseries to sell.
To sell. And then for that, you had your palms and stuff that you were doing at Twin Landscape.
And at the same time, I would
Promote everything.
Promote everything, and it gave me a walkway, a door in to these nurseries because it's really hard. People, they don't like to have new vendors.
Yeah, people out here, you have somebody, and that's who it is.
And that's it.
And
it's very hard.
until they don't come through anymore. How did you get involved? Because that's crazy. How did you get involved? Being here in Miami and making a connection. How did you make that connection to be able to go to Costa Rica?
That's a funny story.
And be able to do that? How did you do that?
That's a funny story. I was eating at Subway, 248 there in Chrome.
Uh-huh.
And I was at the table, and I didn't notice these two other older gentlemen sitting next to me. His name was James E. Harvey
Okay.
and Wayne Liggum. They were having lunch beside me, and I had a customer called me, and he's arguing about payment.
Okay.
And then I told him, I go, listen, it's very simple. If you don't have the money, I'm going back to the nursery, and I'm going to pick up the plants.
Yeah.
Okay? I don't have money. I have bills to pay on Friday.
Yeah, of course.
And it's as simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
So I hang up the phone, and then I look at them. They're both looking at me, and I was saying, how can I help you, Nate?
Yeah.
And they said, what do you do? I go, I grow palm trees.
Uh-huh.
So they came out to my nursery. And
They came out. Okay.
they followed me.
Okay.
They came out to my nursery, and apparently they liked what they saw. And the following week, they came back, and they just told me who they were, which I didn't know who they were.
Okay.
Little did I know that there were legends in this business.
They were legends.
There were legends. I did not know who they were. Then they came back and they introduced them, and they gave me a job offer that I could not refuse.
So they hired you?
And they hired me.
So you were...
They hired me.
So you had Twin Landscaping and Cold River,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
And then now you're going and working for these guys as well.
And
what were they involved in?
In the cutting business.
In the cutting business.
Propagation out of Costa Rica.
Okay, so now you became what, a sales rep for them?
A sales rep down here.
Okay.
And then, and thank the Lord, things are good. And
So that's how you got involved in that.
yeah.
Have you ever...
He was fighting on the phone with a guy.
Yeah.
They overheard it.
Yeah, hilarious.
And that's how it is.
Well, that's how things happen. You never know what's going to happen. I have millions of stories of crazy things like that just end up happening like that, and it works out.
People pick up plants, and after they can't pay you, but they picked up the trees.
Yeah. Oh, but that's ongoing here, like within the industry. That people, hey, I've known you for 10 years. I'll pay you on Friday.
Pay you on Friday. Friday becomes
Next month.
And before you know, you're 90 days out, and you're still looking at yourself.
They tell you Friday, but they don't tell you which Friday.
Which Friday? Which Friday of what month?
Exactly. Of what week. So now you become a supplier for them. Have you ever been to Costa Rica to go to these places?
Yes.
How's that? How is it over there?
Oh, it was really, really interesting. The way how they grow trees, the way how they package them,
Okay.
box them, and ship them over here. It's fun. It was completely different.
Completely different.
Very interesting. It was a very good opportunity, and I give grace. Thank God that I learned that.
And how long were you with them? Because you're no longer with them.
I was with them roughly probably like 8 years.
8 years.
The problem was when the economy crashed, 2009.
Oof.
Homestead had lost 85 nurseries.
Or probably even more. And you, at that point, before that, because you're skipping some stuff, before that, you jumped and you did another partnership with someone called 1 Million Palms.
Yeah. With another associate, I did another company, 1 Million Palms.
Which was seeds as well.
Which is seeds us. We had 10 acres full of palms.
All palm liners and gallons and quarts.
Yeah.
All small stuff, nothing big.
All small stuff.
So imagine, guys, 10 acres filled with liners and quarts and gallons.
1 million palms.
And you did a bunch of different stuff.
Yeah, we all did palms there, and when the economy crashed.
But that was for the chain stores?
That was for other nurseries that they repot up for the chain stores.
Okay, so it was all chain store product.
Yeah, because, it takes a year and a half for those palms to get ready.
Okay.
Then they pot them up, and
And then they would finish them off and sell them to Lowe's or Home Depot or whatever.
Correct.
So you were the starter for that whole process.
Yes.
Nice. So this guy knows his stuff. So then 2008 came and everything took a crap.
Everything took a crap, went downhill, and we lost there, and went back to Twin Landscaping Palms and focused there, and I'm here now.
So luckily you kept that one business, open and thriving.
Correct. Well, it was always my beginning.
It was always your beginning. And that was the only one you didn't have a partnership with, you didn't have a job with, you didn't have none of that. It was yours.
Just me, my wife, and my kids.
And how did you do it when, I know this is a little bit off topic of what you do, but I just want to interrogate you, right, for the viewers. How did you go about it? Because you being a salesperson for a company, but also growing the same stuff, let's say that you might compete in that space with.
Yeah.
How did that go down with Cold River?
You eat inside the car, lunch inside the car, and traveling from nursery to nursery.
Mm-hmm. But they didn't have any problems with you selling your product as well when you would go sell their product?
No, because I just couldn't. I could only grow a certain amount at my nursery.
And you weren't, but you were growing stuff that they were selling.
Yeah, just a little bit, just for a few, friends of nurseries that I had, and not to compete with them. I was able to do that.
Yeah, but the good thing is that they knew everything about it. It was transparent from day one.
Yeah. It wasn't a conflict of interest or nothing like that.
So that's good. Being transparent is the way to be.
Yeah, back then there was so much business out there that they didn't worry about.
Yeah, and it's still, even today or any time, even when there's a slowdown, there's still business and there's still opportunity.
Yeah, there is, and sometimes it slows down. When it slows down, get ready.
Get ready. Explain to them real quick, how was it for you being a guy that was very involved, had $1 million with one partnership, had 1 million palms, had 5 acres at Twin Landscaping, and you were selling liners from Costa Rica as a broker. How was that time?
It was very hard. You had to be very focused. You had to be very conservative with your funds, with your money.
What did you learn?
Because when it slows down, the income slows down. And when the income slows down, that's how people don't survive.
Yeah, because they maintain the same lifestyle when things are full throttle.
Right, and you got to stay focused. Mm-hmm. And you got to be prepared and saying, okay, if I could sell this today, that doesn't mean tomorrow we could go out fishing.
Yeah.
No, you gotta do it again and then again and again, and then maybe go
fishing.
Because you never know what happens, and we don't know what's gonna happen now.
Yeah.
The economy now, with the gas going up, every product is going up. People, liners were 48 cents, and now they're 60 cents.
Yeah, but it is what it is. The good thing, like, I know everything in our industry is climbing, but for me the good thing is I still see a demand to get rid of product.
Well, we still see that.
But like you, that you're doing all this, and this is a little bit off topic. Sorry, guys. Like you have all this product that you're 9 to 12 months out. Right. So what happens with you? What happens with people? Well, the thing is, there's only 5 acres, and you can sell to the world, so it doesn't matter.
Most of the product it's all contract to grow. It's already
deposits.
It's already in their game plan. It's already in their books that they're going to grow this. Yeah. The following year, instead of 50,000 plants, it might be 20,000. Yeah. Because they cut down. Yeah. So that's how it goes. Yeah,
but then you advertise and you get more people to maintain the nursery filled up and have more people buying off of you.
I don't really advertise that much. Most of my product is word of mouth. Yeah. If you do a good product, you make sure the customer is satisfied. You make sure they're happy. If they're happy and they're satisfied, they're gonna call you back.
No, and the stuff you grow is awesome. Imagine, guys, he was doing palms for the chain stores, so he knows how to grow really nice stuff, and he's been in it for a long, long time.
I try to. I try to do my best.
But it's nice. I love going there. So you also do podocarpus.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, Willie.
You told me about a year and a half ago. You called me and you're like, Willie, I don't know what's going on. You guys ordered way too many podocarpus. I just talked to somebody and you told me something about 1 million pounds of seed.
Yeah, ridiculous.
What was it? Go back to that day.
It was a truckload of pounds. I mean, how many pounds was it? Like,
you told me 1 million seeds.
It must
1 million seeds, not 1 million pounds.
It was 3,500 pounds, which is 4,000 seeds per pound.
Oh, wait.
So it came out to some outrageous number.
And that's just for Miami. That was for South Florida.
That's just for down here, and I'm not the only grower down here.
Of course.
So it's like, you kind of think how many plants are going to come out being produced by 3 or 4 growers that doing the same thing.
Yeah, but look what happened. The market blew up to a whole other level. And where are those podocarpus?
Planted in people's houses.
They're gone. They're all gone. So what we thought was too much was too little.
And what a lot of people don't realize too, the plants don't only stay here in South Florida. They go all the way up north to Canada. They go to Europe.
They go everywhere.
They go worldwide.
And podocarpus is a great plant because it's so versatile. Whether it's hot, whether it's cold, whether it's dry, whether
they'll still grow.
They still grow. They don't like a lot of water. They like drainage.
Yeah.
Right. So the podocarpus, you see the seeds. You get them from China, Japan. Where do you bring them from?
They come in from Japan.
They come in from Japan.
Yeah.
So you have connections over there in Japan. You pick up the phone or WhatsApp or an email.
Yeah. Through the years, I've developed
connections.
Mm-hmm. And when I say connections throughout the world, I get seeds from Japan, Indonesia, South Africa, South America, all over.
All over. And all this is podocarpus? No, this is all type of seeds.
Yeah, different types of seeds and palm trees, all over. Because down here, it's South Tropical.
What do you get from, I'm interested. What do you get from, like, Indonesia? What do you get from South Africa? What are the plants that you buy from over there, the seeds that you get from over there?
South Africa comes a lot of silver bismarckias.
Okay.
The bottle palm, the spindle palm.
Okay.
The birds of paradise.
Oh, yeah? All that from South Africa?
Yeah.
Wow.
Indonesia comes a lot of other tropicals, palm trees.
Well, we follow that guy that's in India.
Who?
What's his name? I forget his name. But we follow, a guy started following us on Instagram, and he's over there in India.
Oh, look at that.
And he's... What is it?
Habib.
Pope Habib?
Yeah.
Pope Habib.
Pope Habib.
Yeah,
So...
more pop.
Super cool place, and he grows a lot of interior stuff, a lot of tropical stuff in India.
Yeah.
So what else? In Japan, you bring what?
The podocarpus that comes from over there.
And it's the Maca is the only one you bring in, or you do Pringle as well?
I don't do
Pringles mostly from cutting. We do them from cuttings.
Yeah. Just the Mackay. Because a lot of trees, they flower here, but even though you see the seed, you plant the seed, it doesn't come out because for some reason, the plant is not where it's not its natural habitat.
Okay.
That you have a seed from here, from a tree here, it won't germinate.
No, well, I've had some germinate, but not all of them.
Not all of them. So you have to bring the seeds from where it's from, where it was discovered from, and bring them from there. Bottle palm takes sometimes 1.5 years to 2 years to germinate.
For the seed to germinate and just pop up
just pop up, boom.
Wow.
And another 6 months from that you can sell.
So imagine you're investing in all this money to go get the seed on waiting now with all the shipping issues. Yeah. Now you're waiting forever to get your product.
Wait another year.
So everything's super behind in what you got going on.
And within that year, a lot of things can happen.
Oh, yeah.
Because we're in hurricane territory.
Yeah.
Hurricane territory. We got rainy season. So a lot of other things can happen.
Yeah, you can have the seeds, especially seeds, they can get over water, they can rot, they can die.
They can dry out, that's why this business is from day to day.
It's from day to day. And at your place, you have bow houses with plastic, and you also have regular shade house.
Yes.
But you do everything inside of the bow houses.
A lot in bowls and a lot in shade. Depends on the plant.
Depends on the plant.
Yeah. And it's very interesting. I must plant a year roughly, I don't know how many seeds, probably like 10 million seeds of different different varieties.
Wow.
Yeah, because everything doesn't germinate.
Yeah. And they germinate at different times.
And they different types of years. So, you try to make a rotation, crops.
Yeah. And then also you're doing 5 acres.
5 acres.
So it's not like you have a huge facility. You can do whatever you want.
No.
And an abundance of guys and like employees and abundance of everything.
That 5 acres is more than enough for me and my family to be comfortable.
Of course.
And we live like that.
And you duke it out.
And we duke it out. Duke it out. Fight it off.
Fight it off. And right now, you told me you were doing 800,000 Majesties?
This year was a record. I did 800,000 Majesties palm, the Ravinia rubialis, which was a record.
Okay.
Oh, it's always been like probably 200, 300.
Okay, thousands. So what does that tell you to tell the listeners? So listen to what he said, guys. He's normally doing 300 to 400,000 Majesty palms. This year, he's doing 800,000. Remember, this is a small guy doing liners from seed or whatever palms.
Right.
What does that tell you about why they're asking, like why they're putting so many?
Well, the Majesty palm, what it does is it holds cold weather in interior. It's the interior palm, the #1 primo interior palm.
Yeah.
It goes to Canada, Europe. They put it indoors. It grows in low light.
Very, very good palm.
And it's a very pretty palm for interior, and it sells. It sells very well.
So that to me would be that the demand is out of control, and that's why it more than doubled than the previous year.
You never know.
Yeah.
You never know what can happen next year.
Yeah.
Because it changes from year to year.
It does. Yeah. Well, you could sell off the 800,000. And then next year you only get calls for 350.
350
because we don't know what's gonna
50,000.
We don't know what's gonna happen with anything, right?
We don't know nothing what's going on.
we don't know nothing.
We plan it. They plan for a year ahead.
We're trying to figure it out.
We're trying to figure it out, and that's the thing about this business. That's why I like it so much, because you don't know.
It's very interesting.
It's something else. Every day something's gonna happen.
Nowadays, for me, it's more interesting than it's ever been, because it was so easy to read the markets normal years. You know, and then if there's shortage of product and then there's a hurricane, you're like, oh, we're gonna sell everything because Texas got a hurricane, Louisiana got a hurricane, Northern Florida, whatever. We got a hurricane. So whoever has anything left is gonna sell it, right? And that's how that's how you kind of like know what's gonna happen, right? Because nothing really changes.
Correct.
But now we've had this huge demand that people got a lot of money. Right, businesses, people in general, PPP, SBA,
and they
loans, and also what is it? The stimulus, right? So that has caused a massive rush for spending, and there's not enough stuff.
Well, I tell you,
so that's what happened in our industry as well. We got tied into that.
And there's a lot of new nurseries here in Homestead that I've never seen before.
Yeah.
And it's like I wonder, how did they get here?
Yeah.
Because it's cost when I started. The ground cover rolls were $78.
Yeah, now they're in the twos.
They're now $270 a roll.
A roll.
And for 1 acre, you need 5 or 6 rolls.
Maybe more than that.
Maybe more than that.
Yeah.
It's like, how do they pay for it?
Yeah. No, and that's just that. No, we start talking about that. There's a million things to talk about. Everything. I don't want to get too deep. This episode's going to be 2 hours long.
Everything it has doubled up in price. So by doubling up in price, the cost of plant has doubled in price, which is good.
Not really, not so much, not double. Like the end product for me hasn't doubled.
Really?
Yeah, if I double the product, I'll shock
not
everything.
Double, but a percentage has gone up.
Super, yeah.
Because your
25% minimum has gone up.
Your cost of labor has gone up.
Everything. Everything.
The cost of product has gone up, and fertilizer. You can't even find fertilizer now.
Yeah, well, you can find some, but it's getting rough.
And the fertilizer before was $50. $40 a bag, now it's $60, $70. I mean, it's unreal.
Everything.
What's unreal? What's happening?
And labor used to be $9. Now it's 13. Or 15 or whatever it is. And everything. Rents. I've seen rents out here. They're renting 5 acres. You want to know what they're renting 5 acres for?
How much?
Clean farmland with nothing on it.
With nothing. How much?
$5,000.
Maybe I should rent my place out and just.
It's 65.
I rent out the shade house, rent out the greenhouse,
rent everything out, and that's it. And you go home.
And go home. Go fishing.
Imagine you're starting off. Right?
I don't know how they do it.
Imagine, man. Imagine.
I could imagine what they said when I started out 20 years, 30 years ago.
How's they doing it?
How they do it? They have to work. You have to stay focused. You have to concentrate. You have to, and everybody needs to be involved.
Yeah.
If your wife can work, your wife is working, and if you could bring the in-laws, the grandfather, bring them too.
Bring the whole family. Bring the dog. Bring everybody.
Get a pack of hot dogs and hamburgers. Have a barbecue out there and work.
For real.
And that's how
what
I did.
It is. Yeah.
That's how I did. I had a lot of support from my family and friends, and thank God for that. And I still do. I still bring everybody out.
And you bought those 5 acres.
Yes, sir. Yes, I would.
Yes, sir. No, that's fine. You call me sir.
Yeah.
That's respectful.
And, sometimes we have a big barbecue, and everybody thinks everybody's, riding ATV, having a barbecue. No, everybody's working.
Yeah.
Everybody working, doing something.
No, but that's what's fun about it. And plants for me is awesome. Like, I love getting the kids involved.
Yeah.
Like my son did some beans. They did like 20 little beans in a cup with cotton balls. And he started propagating, so he brought it home, and he was super excited to show me.
Wait till she gets the projects in school. I did a project for Carolina, my daughter, in the third grade was
plants.
Was a planting how to grow seed.
Okay. You should have went into the class and did a little thing.
And I go, God, we got this.
We got this one. We're gonna pass.
We went with her when she was in third grade. We cut the seeds and we planted. Well, she got an A+ for that one. The teacher wanted to know how she knows so much.
Yeah, because Daddy does it.
Daddy did it for her.
So that's awesome. So you've been able to buy that, put your kids to school, all this stuff in horticulture, which is crazy. People wouldn't think that this industry allows you to do that. People look at us as like they have no clue. People have no clue that you can move 1 million palms. And those 1 million palms, you were flipping them, what, twice a year, that whole spot?
No, I wish it was
twice.
Once a year.
Once a year and a little bit.
It takes 6 to 9 months for a liner to grow.
To grow.
And another couple of months to finish it off. It takes about a year.
Okay, so you're flipping them once. So just imagine one person selling 1 million palms out of one business while you still had the other business doing it as well. Yeah. So you're selling a lot more than 1 million palms.
Yeah.
And that was back then. Now you're doing more.
No, I'm doing
liners.
I'm doing a little bit less and a better job.
Yeah.
That's what the customers like.
Of course.
They want, the best product for their value. And when you do that, like I say, they're happy.
Yeah.
They're satisfied, and they'll call you next year.
Yeah.
No order again.
No, they might place an order right there while they're picking stuff up.
So I try to, I'm concentrating and doing the best job I could do. But now with the things were going on, the fertilizer, you can't get fertilizer, chemicals just for spraying. It's hard to get, hard to do a good job. Yeah. But we're roughing it out. Yeah. I roughed it out for 30 years. I can't go another 50 years more.
Yeah, right. And fertilizer is what it is the plant's food. It's like for us, we take multivitamins, we eat whatever it is to give us whatever. That's what fertilizer is.
Because, nature does the work. We're not the growing.
Yeah.
Nature's the one that does
grows it.
But we got to feed nature. Mm-hmm. Feed nature, giving it water. Mm-hmm. Giving it better things for it to...
Yeah, iron, phosphorus, potassium, whatever it might be.
All that. We help it grow.
We help it grow.
But nature's the one that does everything.
Nature's the one that does it all, yep.
Because if it wasn't for nature, now this climate control, global thing, they say Miami Beach is going to be underwater in 20 years.
They've been saying that for 20 years.
I want to see that.
The day's here already. I think it passed.
They?
Yeah, well, we're still like 8 feet above sea level here, or 9.
Well, I want to see all those people have those houses in Miami Beach.
Mm-hmm. Insurance, man.
Insurance is incredible.
Insurance. Just make sure your insurance is up to date.
Yeah.
and you paid your bill, because that wouldn't be good if you're past due.
Yeah.
And your house goes underwater.
But yeah, nursery business is very hard. Very hard. It's hard. It's nice in the winter. Mm-hmm. In the wintertime, everybody comes out. Even your neighbors come out to see you. But when it's June, July, August,
the mosquitoes come to see you.
You don't see the
mosquitoes come to see you.
You don't see nobody come down that road.
No, for real.
And that's how it is.
But you've been through a lot of stuff over the 30 years. You've seen so many things. You've climbed up. You've fallen down. Yeah. You've climbed up again. Yeah. And now you're at the point where you're, how we say, tranquilo, right? Which is relaxed, doing your thing. And there's not a bunch of craziness that goes on.
No, that's right. I do less trees, and I do a better product now.
Yeah.
At least I'm trying to do it.
Yeah. No, but you do.
That way, I have a guaranteed sales and productions going on, and stay focused.
Yeah, stay focused.
With your feet on the ground, and just put it in there.
Are you having any trouble? Let's say, I just want to ask you this question: from all these countries that you buy product from, you're having problems getting it here?
Yes, I am. The seed from Africa, the freight, before it would be like, say, $3 a pound. Or no, they go by.
Because they break it down by pound.
Yeah, they break it down by kilos. Actually.
Okay.
$3 a kilo.
Okay.
I'm bringing these silver Bismarck's in $9 a kilo.
Oh wow! So it's
triple. That jumps
300%.
Yeah, that jumps from like 20 cents a seed. Now it's 50, 60 cents a seed. And funny thing about it, they don't guarantee that seed germinates. Oof. Once you buy that seed and you have it here, you're on your own.
Oof.
Whether it germinates or not. So it's a big investment.
What's the rate on something like that might pass away?
You can
not germinate.
You always get it by 30, 40.
30, 40%?
30, 40%.
Oh my gosh.
You get a 50%, go out to dinner.
Celebrate. Wow. But that's on that one palm. Not everything's like that.
Not everything's like that. But sometimes too you lose everything.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get 10% germination. And they're on the other side of the world, they don't give you credit. You have to prepay everything.
Yeah.
And you're on your own. You lose that that money that you bought the seed from. It's gone. But you have to keep on going. Hey,
Just keep going.
Keep going. You have to be what's the word for it? Focus.
Focus. No.
Strong.
Strong.
Committed was a better word. You have to be committed, and you keep on going.
Yeah. You don't dwell on the pain.
You don't dwell on the pain, and you keep on going.
You forget about it and keep going and keep moving.
Say la vie. Goodbye. Today's today.
Say la vie.
Tomorrow's a new day.
And let me ask you a question, because this is something that I'm interested in. How was it the first time that you sent money to another country for a product?
Very scary.
Very scary, because with pots here, I've gotten offered multiple times.
Yeah.
I've had people reach out to me on Instagram, stuff like that. People from China, people from other countries.
Oh my God.
Hey, we can get you with the pots, da 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 da. And I'm like, a container's over $100,000.
Yeah.
So imagine you send $100,000 to some company, God knows where.
I won't do that. I'll go with the $100,000.
You'll go over there.
Yeah. I don't make a lot of money. I can't.
No, I know, but I'm saying how. So how was that? Can you explain that?
Very scary.
Very scary.
I'm working by myself. Funds by myself.
Mm-hmm.
You can't afford that loss. If something happens like that, poof.
But how did you get into that? How were you able to do the first time, that first one?
Didn't sleep that night thinking about it.
So, but what, you got connected with someone through someone else?
Yeah.
So it was a reference.
It was a reference.
Okay. So it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad, and they will say it's gonna come. It'll be 3-4 weeks, and you don't hear nothing. Then all of a sudden you see an email come in and say, "Coño, look, it's coming in."
It's coming in.
Thank God.
Thank God.
Because you lose that money, then what are you
Yeah,
gonna?
because I know the first time to do anything is always, worrisome. It could be scary.
Yeah.
I have yet to do anything like that, like with pots or anything like that. I don't want to do it.
Wow. It's
Right?
very scary.
Yeah. Imagine that.
Yeah. A lot of things too of the pots. I recycle all my stuff.
Yeah, we do too. Well, we don't recycle anything because we sell the plant, but the landscapers, they'll bring it back for credit.
It's a big savings for the nursery,
Yeah.
So
No, for us, it's not even about the savings. For us, it's getting another pot to be able to put another plant in the ground.
Yeah.
On the ground.
I hear
because of now, there's these huge, ridiculous waiting lists.
Waiting list. Can you imagine that? A waiting list waiting for a row of 100 pots of 3-gallon pots. A waiting list. When their manufacturers are here in Atlanta and Missouri.
I know.
So what is going on with this country? What is going on with these manufacturers? And to top it off, the freight coming back down.
Yeah, there's no truck supposedly.
The last time I bought trays was 2 weeks ago, and the box of 100, I'm not gonna mention the name of the trays, was $106
for a case.
For one case. And I looked at the
What
invoice.
did it used to be?
It went from $48 to $56.
Okay.
I had to get my glasses on to look at the price.
Okay, so it went up like 17%.
Went up to practically 50%.
What was it?
It went from $56 to $106.
Oh, that's right. Wow, yeah, it went up double.
Wow.
Well, when we placed orders for pots, we were waiting about 4 months for the first load to get here. And
So
everything was double. And
you-
we didn't know the price until the truck driver basically came and gave us the invoice.
If you break that down, now that liner, that little cell pack, that little one cell, it puts another 10 cents in just the tray.
How many cell trays is it?
It's a 38 cell pack.
38. So one liner tray can do 38 plants. So
Yeah.
it's 10 cents more a liner.
Just a tray.
Just for the tray, not the soil, not the
Fertilizer,
not
the
the nothing.
So how could you tell a customer that before he was buying that liner at X amount cents, 50 cents, now it's gonna be 75 cents? He's gonna close the door and tell you, you're insane.
No, if he's a smart man, he'll buy them.
He's gonna realize
because if he doesn't, he ain't gonna have them.
Well, and he's gonna realize that everything else has gone up in price.
No, and there's a lot of people that are holding back too.
Yeah.
So like you get people that hold back and don't do a large amount of product because they're worried about the price hike, and maybe their clientele won't afford it. So now it scares them off from filling up their location.
Right. Instead of doing 1,000, they're gonna do.
Or maybe they don't have the money to
you know?
do it. That's another thing, because if you're doing 5 acres or something, when you look at the what it costs, it's not 20 cents or 30 cents. That turns into $100,000 or $200,000 or $500,000. So then you're like, okay, I don't even have the funds to do this, so I'm gonna do less. But then you have guys that do it anyway because their clientele will sell it regardless. Like they'll buy it regardless.
Right. And hopefully for that,
Yeah, but like I said, there's still an outlet.
Right.
Right now, the price, I feel like it's gonna continue going up because we're in the beginning stages of what inflation, to me, is what it's really gonna be. So, since there's an avenue to get out of it, we can still continue buying, and we can still continue filling up as much as our pockets let us. And we gotta wait for that demand to slow down. But the day is gonna come that the demand will slow down a little bit and come back to normalcy.
You know, I do a lot of driving and traveling and visiting. You know, I go to these nurseries every day, and I see them shipping. That's good news that they're shipping and selling plants, but also too in the front line. You know, you got to go to the stores and the gardening centers and the retailers, and if you see people there Saturday, Sunday during the week buying plants, is because the products are moving, which is a good thing.
Which is a good thing.
You know, if you don't see that,
but it's not just the garden centers. Also, they're building a lot.
They're building
a
lot.
Let's see what happens now, because interest rates went up. They're starting to climb, so we might see less of that. Who knows? Let's see what happens. Right. But the building has a lot to do with what we do.
Right.
And also the change towards people having money in their pocket. You know, they go buy, you know, the little boutiques and the little garden centers, the Home Depots, the Lowe's, the Walmarts, Targets, because now Target's selling plants too.
And a lot of plants are going to make interior, because the buildings are not. They're not going wide. They're going up.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, the condominiums, you know, they're buying plants for their balconies, their inside, because all they do is see cement and walls.
Yeah.
They want to decorate it.
They want to make it look like outside, have some plants, bring some life.
Yeah, so interior plants are selling very well now.
Very, very well. Do you do any interior plants? Just besides the majesties?
I do some interior palms.
Some interior
Yeah,
palms.
a few.
And what are the ones you do?
I do Rafus excelsa.
Okay. The lady palm.
The lady palm. I do licuala grandes.
Okay.
I do spindle palm, bottle palm, which grows interior too.
As well. Or outside.
And as well as outside. You know, if you have it in the balcony, it'll grow.
Okay.
So I think that's going to be the next market in the next several years.
Me too.
It's interior.
Me too. We're going to have to get Danny back on another episode, because me and him have a lot of stuff in common when it comes to the future and what's going on
I think it's
going to
be the future. Because I don't see it for outside, because it's getting hotter.
It's getting hotter.
You know, those plants, you know, they need a lot of, you know, water and shade to grow. And as the temperature rises, those plants start to suffer on the outside. Interior, I think, is the way to go now.
Well,
and interior,
that's why I see.
And auricas, you know, auricas could grow.
Inside cat palms, there's a bunch of palms.
There's a bunch of
them. But yeah, I see the market definitely shifting to more of an interior style thing. A lot of more people are living in that, you know, that city life, where you're in an apartment, you're in a townhome, whatever, and that's what it is. A lot of people doing turf. A lot of houses I see it's concrete now, like how Hialeah used to, like how Hialeah is, like concrete from the front to the back.
Yeah.
So now it's concrete front to back with a piece of turf, which is artificial, concrete, which is not grass, and then you have 7 snake plants covering the AC and 2 topiaries in the front.
And they put plants in pots and they put them out there and they're growing.
And that's it. No, you know, not that huge, lavish, tropical landscape. There is still people that like that, but there's less of that happening.
There's less of that.
Because it's not cheaper. It's not cheaper.
No.
Because the turf is expensive. You know, it's not that it's cheaper to go that route.
A lot of research has to go into the, you know, growing plants.
Yeah.
Because you have to go out there and see what's selling. You have to go out there to the residents when they're building new complexes and
see what they're installing.
See what they're using. Because it changes.
It changes all the time.
The market changes with different plants and different, you know, items.
Yeah,
so,
for me, I see plants being hot for like 10 years. They'll be like that #1 seller for South Florida.
Ficus was the biggest seller 5-6 years ago.
Well, or more, a little bit more, and then Clusia showed up.
Well,
Clusia's been here, but that became the popular item. But that'll change. That's been around 7-8 years. Right. So now that'll change and it'll become something else. One of them that has always stayed strong throughout everything is Podocarpus.
Well, also too, because the ficus went away for that white
fly.
The white fly came in and ate them up.
Yeah.
So it's challenging.
It's challenging. Yeah. So people changed it. They wanted something a little bit easier to maintain.
Absolutely.
So, how can we get a hold of you, Danny? How can they get a hold of you?
Well, you can email me.
What's your email?
It's seedsareus, SEEDSAREUS @AOL.com.
Okay, so R is ARE.
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 People confuse it with Toys R Us.
Yeah. You know? But you're not toys.
I'm not toys.
And then your phone number?
It's 305-299-8524.
Okay, so you can call Danny, Twin Palm Landscaping. Twin
Landscaping and Palms.
Twin Landscaping and Palms, and
twin because I have twins, boy and girl.
And you are on like Plant Ant or Plant Finder, anything like that.
I'm in the Plant Ant. In the Plant Finder. I'm sorry.
In the Plant Finder. So if you guys, we'll have all his stuff right at the bottom.
Yeah.
We'll have all his stuff on the link in the bio.
But a lot of stuff that I advertise is it's what's left over sometimes.
Okay.
Because 90% what I do, I try to contract it out.
Okay.
Because I'm tired of having hiccups.
Yeah.
And cancellations, so.
Yeah, it is what it is. So if you guys are looking for someone to come through for you and with your palm seeds, porta garbage, whatever it is, you can reach out to Danny and jump on the list. So that's the new trend. Jump on the list. We're going to make a shirt that says that. Jump on the list. Jump on the list. Because that's the reality of today, right? And you can reach out to him and he'll take care of you. This guy's very knowledgeable, grows beautiful, beautiful product. Just imagine Home Depot, Lowe's is the ones that end up with his product that he starts. So you already know.
Like the Lion King.
Uh-huh.
The
Liner King.
The Liner King.
Hey, Danny, thank you, man.
Thank you, Willie.
It's been awesome, man. Thank you. We learned a lot today. So,
all right,
guys, I hope you like this episode. Stay tuned because you already know the next one's going to be fire. For you guys listening, if you want to get a visual, you could jump on YouTube. And if you're on YouTube and you're in the car driving, you can jump on any podcast stream and you can check us out. So stay tuned, guys, because the next person we're interviewing is someone similar to what he does, but they're deeper involved right now at this moment into the liners, into the cuttings, into all that stuff from Central America and God knows where else. So stay tuned. God bless you.